listening to Party Nerds Weekly.
What's going on, gang? We are back for another Party Nerds web show. Myself, Haas included, Jorge's in the void. We have Ralphie right now at the F1 premiere because that's what we do. We do go to these movies and we review them. So more than likely, Ralphie's going to come back with a little bit of inside information about the F1 movie that's going to be dropping pretty soon. But special podcast today because me and Haas are pretty much going to go through something that we talked about. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, and then we pretty much brought it to formulation last week as to a battle world. Almost an Avengers Doomsday battle world situation to where we now have brackets of everybody who's pretty much arrived inside of an MCU movie and given ourselves pretty much 4 singular brackets in between all these MCU characters to see who necessarily would come out on top, which then brings us to our lasting question for this week that we brought up to everybody on the internet is who do we think will die in Battle World, whether it's Secret Wars or Doomsday. So note, in these brackets, Doom does not appear because it's his game. He is the commissioner of all of this. So regardless of how our brackets look, if you see an absence of Victor Von Doom, that's more than likely the reason why. Haas, if you want to break down the science behind this because you put this together.
Yeah, so basically what we did, everybody, we went through about 75 names, characters that were directly in the MCU, had alternate versions of themselves in the MCU. The other Fox, Marvel, Sony Marvel properties, Universal, what have you, TV shows, and anything that you can possibly pull from the multiverse. We only did one version of a character though. So, like obviously like Spider-Man, we saw 3 Spider-Man in one movie, we're only using 1 Spider-Man, right? So when you see a character, you're not going to see a duplicate. We did 4 tiers for each seeding, right? So you have like 4 top seeds, you have 4 number 2 seeds, and all the way down to the 8th seed. And something that we added late, we added a play-in game for each bracket. So you're going to have like an 8 versus 9 situation on each bracket. And then we're going to break it down till we get to the final 4, and then we'll see who's going to own Battle World. Jorge will be the deciding factor if me and Fax, if we
come to a stalemate.
Yeah. And Jorge's gonna get us advanced to break up the tie. So there we go.
Word. All right. Jorge, for the first round, of course, we're going to go through all these brackets. We got this first bracket up here. Now, round 1, we actually have to go through our 8 and 9, which it looks like we have the Winter Soldier versus. Yo, what's up? What's up, Everett? He said, I thought y'all canceled today. Well, Jorge is in a move right now. That's why he is not appearing on screen. He has a brand new crib that he just bought. So obviously he don't want to be on camera because we don't want to be scoping out his crib.
Right. Right.
So yeah, we do have our Battle World bracket right here. This is the first tier and brackets that are up here. We are now going through this pretty much one by one. First round.
This is the North bracket, the MCU Battle Royale North bracket.
Yes, they're playing these tournament games in Minneapolis.
Word up. So yeah, go ahead, start us off.
So all right, first one is what's up, Mark? So right now we got first round Winter Soldier versus Shang-Chi.
Woo!
Okay,
it's an interesting matchup.
All right, so first off, if I'm going comics, I would have said Shang-Chi, and if I was going,
but we're not going comics.
If I'm going MCU, I'm still going Shang-Chi.
Good one.
Why? Because the way that Bucky has been nerfed in 2 films, whether it's been Thunderbolts and in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, literally by the Dora Milaje, I feel as though Shang-Chi would be somebody that would pretty much calculate how to take that fucking arm off in some form or fashion. And I feel like in a hand-to-hand, this might be one of the best hand-to-hand combat.
Oh,
like
awesome.
What's up, Biggs? This might be one of the best ones that be out there. Just for like a first round entry, the fact that it's Winter Soldier against Shang-Chi. In
Yes.
hand-to-hand combat, I still see Shang-Chi just handling this shit.
You know what? I'm not gonna waste too much time on it because I'm gonna agree, and I'm gonna agree just for the simple fact that he has the 10 rings.
Yep.
And if the hand-to-hand combat can be a stalemate, I think the 10 rings, even though Winter Soldier is a super soldier, I think the 10 rings
Look,
just
I didn't even calculate the 10 rings.
yeah. So that it's
like
like a no contest for me.
for
It's
real.
still an intriguing matchup, but we gotta move Shang-Chi.
And the thing is, even though Shang-Chi is a lower seed because of how like pretty much who he is in the MCU, I still feel as though even though that first movie happened, I know if Dre gets in here, he's gonna be like, hell no.
Yeah. But listen, hey, he's a wild card. He's a wild card at the 9th seed. So
All right.
and we're gonna move him in.
He's moving to the quarterfinals.
Move him in. And we're gonna give Shang-Chi a break. Let's go to the next match. We'll give him a break.
So we'll go to the 2 and 7 bracket because we'll go to him a little bit later. So the 2 and 7 bracket is Doctor Strange versus Cyclops.
Yes.
Why?
I know. So here's my thing.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
If it came down to hand-to-hand combat, we're taking Cyclops. But obviously it's not.
Obviously it's not.
Obviously it's not.
And I'll tell you exactly why and what would probably happen. And it would be the most disgusting thing you ever seen in your life.
Go ahead.
All right. So Doctor Strange, of course, has those little sling rings that basically opens up portals to jump into almost as a means of teleporting, right?
Right.
So also, if we're talking about recent movies, he's now conquered a ways to jump into other dimensions. Clea has basically showed him this and all types of stuff. What people fail to understand is that Cyclops has a dimension in his eyes, the punch dimension. The only other person that has reached the punch dimension in the comics is America Chavez.
Yep.
So knowing what she knows, and now she in the MCU, she's being trained by Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
He can do the exact same thing and literally appear behind this man's eyes in the punch dimension and probably blow this man's skull up from the inside out.
Yeah, man. We're gonna agree.
Yeah.
We're gonna move Doctor Strange along because Cyclops is just too limited with what Doctor Strange can do. And unfortunately, like you said, his power set comes from a dimension that Doctor Strange at this point will tap into if he needs to. So we're gonna move Doctor Strange along.
He said if it was no magic and he can't use his hands, Cyclops owns Strange. Absolutely.
We said that's the first thing I said. If it turned into a fist fight,
Cyclops would fuck him up.
We're not looking for Doctor Strange to break somebody down physically. He has all kinds of spells and stuff at his disposal. And if Cyclops came and used his optic blast against him, then what are we even doing here? It's just unfortunate. It's just an unfortunate matchup.
It is an unfortunate matchup.
That's what you're going to get in the tournament.
I hope it never happens. All right, so we're going to go up a little bit. To this 4-5.
Okay, to the 4-5. Gotcha.
4-5 is Colossus versus Loki.
Now
you want to start? Go ahead.
I mean, this version of Loki. So the version of Loki I'm taking is this God of Stories Loki that we know is
the World Tree.
He may have to come off that World Tree. That's probably why Doom is doing this. He probably knocked him off the tree, bro. So obviously this Loki is not as menacing as the original Loki that we came to
first Avengers game,
right? So he's not as ruthless, right? Like he has a change of heart.
He said, which Colossus are we talking about?
Deadpool Colossus. Deadpool,
okay, gotcha.
We literally just seen him. Yeah, so I'm thinking in this matchup, man, like, I mean, I feel like Loki would still come up with some type of spell or something to neutralize Colossus's power, because Colossus is just, I mean, he's limited. He's a strong motherfucker, and it's a bad matchup for him. So that's where I'm going with it. What you think?
What I would say about this one is that I've seen Loki literally get flung like a rag doll against Hulk, but that's
we We did. We
And,
gotta keep
and this
that
is
in
the
there.
thing. He took that beating and still walked away.
Yeah.
So this is somebody whose brother is Thor,
Mm-hmm.
and he has gotten into the biggest of skirmishes with Thor.
Yeah.
And his
And he's the ice giant.
So literally, like, and he's an ice giant. So he's gotten into multiple quarrels with Thor because that's his brother. It's just like literally like brotherly instinct. He's actually shanked Thor, actually pretending to be a snake. He's got flung around by Hulk, but still walked away. He wasn't unconscious. He actually had his eyes open, like he did that shit. So I'm thinking of like Loki would literally obliterate a Colossus of this matter in some form of fashion. Like it would probably take a little bit of time. I feel like Loki will wear him down, and then that would be it. Oh wait, your sound went off. Haas.
My bad. We're moving Loki over. We're moving Loki.
Moving Loki.
All right.
All right, Spider-Man versus Quicksilver. Wait, which Quicksilver?
Evan Peters.
Okay. I mean, regardless of which one, I pretty much have a tool for this.
Yeah.
So
I gotta hear what you
because I'm like, Spidey sense is still a thing.
I know.
So regardless of how quick Quicksilver is, Spider-Man is going to catch timing.
Yeah.
And is literally going. And the thing is, Spider-Man tends to hold his punches back.
Always does. But still can knock you out. Easy. So if somebody is moving at a tremendous pace and he gets a good wind up on it and starts calculating that shit, Spider-Man's winning that. Yeah.
Easy, to be honest, because in hand-to-hand, Quicksilver's not really going to do much. He's just going to do the Flash run-bys. Yeah. That Flash used to do. Just basically like run by you punch, run by you punch, run by you punch. You don't think Spidey senses can keep up with that speed? We've never seen that before.
This is it's tough, but when I looked at it, so when I set up the bracket, I didn't know it was a matchup to the bracket popped out. Mm-hmm. And when I thought about it, it was just like, if that spider sense is ahead of that speed, like Quicksilver is not going to win that hand to hand. It's not. No, it's just, and that is the only thing, because Quicksilver's his niche is his speed, his ability to get to you without you even knowing he's coming. Spider-Man's spider sense. Yeah. I mean, if it's kicking, then he's going to be ahead of that too, because Spider-Man moves. Not that he's a speedster, but he moves fast.
He's just agile.
Yeah,
he's agile as hell.
I mean, how many times we saw Spider-Man dodge bullets?
A lot.
Okay, so I mean, I say narrowly too. He's going to narrowly move Spider-Man ahead, but I think it'll be an intriguing matchup.
It would be.
Yeah, so we're going to narrowly move him ahead.
Narrowly move Spider-Man up one, which brings us to our top of our bracket. Reed Richards versus Shang-Chi. And here's the thing about this particular thing.
Okay.
You've obviously watched the Fantastic Four cartoons. You've probably read some of the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Reed doesn't necessarily get hit like dynamically because of how he's metabolized, exactly. So the thing is, Shang-Chi can do whatever he wants to him. It's not necessarily going to bold that much pain.
No.
Like, even regardless of Reed using like his tremendous IQ to try to like figure out something in Shang-Chi, he'll probably just Cobra coil this motherfucker up and just have him suffocate to death.
Yeah, I feel like with Shang-Chi, like, even with the 10 rings, like, if Reed is dipping and diving and not even moving, if you get what I'm saying, he can turn his body into a donut, and rings are coming and they go through the hole, and it might. Look, he's not getting past Reed.
There's a reason that he's the number one seed in this bracket, because he is the smartest man in the multiverse. He will figure out Shang-Chi very early, regardless of how his martial arts is. The king of kung fu, whatever the fuck you want to call him, and still with the 10 rings, it's not going to bode that well for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, Reed doesn't even have to like pull out of his like, hey, my heavy tech scientific bag. I can just like, I know what basically he's doing. Just wrap this homeboy up real quick. is going to be out of the picture.
Yeah, I agree. We're gonna move Reed. We're gonna
All
move
right.
Reed.
Gotcha.
Gonna move Reed.
Now, are we going to the next bracket before we go to the semis, or what we doing here? We going all the way to the final?
You know what? Let's Jorge, because that's like the Elite 8 now, right? They're in the elite, they're like in the Elite 8 or whatever that would be. So let's move on to another bracket.
That's what I'm about to say. It's going to be like a Sweet 16 type.
Yeah, let's do that. So I will
he already did it. Look.
What we got?
Yep.
Oh, the Scarlet Witch bracket. All right, let me pull that up so I can keep up to date with everything.
All right, new bracket. Oh.
I'm gonna give everybody this.
This is wild.
So while we're getting that together, you can give some insight on this. What is the playing game? Ant-Man and Iron Man.
Well, the playing game, the 8-9 bracket is Iron Man versus Ant-Man. So two of the most scientific guys in Marvel. Now, if we're talking about Ant-Man, we're talking about Scott Lang, not Hank Pym, right?
Yeah, we're talking Scott. We're doing Scott Lang. We're doing the one of the Iron Mans from the multiverse. That was in What If. So you can pick any one of them. It's probably all the same.
Oh, we're not doing like Tony. Oh,
Tony's dead.
Because Tony's dead.
Tony's dead. So we gotta take one for the multiverse. Same with the on one of the brackets. We got a Steve Rogers. So he's gonna be from one of the What Ifs.
Can I say something here and I'll say for everybody in the crowd? Look, people have to come to the realization that Tony Stark and Iron Man were a C-list. Look, he said superior Iron Man.
No, because we haven't seen him yet in any form other than the comics, and we can't use the comics for this one.
No, he's basically putting it in the context of what you said, the What Ifs, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so
basically the same power set, the same intelligence, just another version of Tony Stark that we know him as.
But this is the thing. We're doing Iron Man versus Ant-Man. So you're doing Scott Lang's Ant-Man versus this Tony Stark.
Which we did see in Civil War.
We did see this in Civil War. And as a matter of fact, I think Ant-Man was handling them.
He did a good job.
He did a good job against them. So regardless of like the going back and forth, getting giant, getting small, he can't go giant for too long because he starts to fucking black out. Ant-Man, as far as like a power set, going from like superiorly small to like literally like regular height and just whooping ass that way, that doesn't bode well for Tony, because Tony doesn't have like superhuman strength. It's all based on the fucking armor.
No, and like I said, if Ant-Man can shrink himself, get it back inside the suit like we've seen, he literally shut the suit down. He shut the suit down.
Yeah.
So we got to take that in consideration. Just in consideration.
I'm almost at the point where I'm taking Scott. Yo, if he can get inside of Tony's outfit and start ripping away at shit, Jarvis is going to alert that there's something intruding inside of the. Is there a fail safe?
So here's the thing. Before we decide who moves on, I want to bring this up because I think this is a factor.
Okay.
All right. So we got to understand we're dealing with the multiverse, right? So there's a possibility that the Tony Stark that we're using has already ran into that problem at Civil War with Ant-Man getting into his suit. Yeah. And anytime Iron Man has a deficiency, he corrects
it. He does correct it.
He corrects it. So if they already faced off before,
the next time there's going to be a fail.
He probably has some type of fail-safe system to eliminate that. So I'm going to go with that part and knowing Tony Stark that he's going to correct, and I'm going to say Tony Stark is going to win that. So we might need Jorge for this one.
And look, Mark basically said Iron Man needed Spider-Man's help to take down Ant-Man in Civil War. He did.
Woo!
They needed to clip his legs together like an at in Star Wars and make him fall. I say Ant-Man. See, Biggs is saying I say Ant-Man.
Well, so wait. Let me get a couple of y'all. If matter of fact, you guys gonna be the deciding factor. If I get another Ant-Man, then we may have to just go with Ant-Man. Man.
Look, bro. I think Ant-Man takes out
Big
Tony.
says Ant-Man.
Mark says
Mark basically
I
says
say
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
You know what? We're gonna go with Ant-Man. We're gonna go with Ant-Man.
Let's do it.
We're gonna go with Ant-Man.
Because I'm sitting there thinking, I remember from Civil War, I was like, Ant-Man was a fucking problem. look, Everett, Ant-Man. All right, just to go down here, let's go to our 2 and 7 bracket.
All right, what
is Norn Red the Silver Surfer? Is it Norn Red?
Yeah, we're gonna. I mean,
or is it Shalabow?
We haven't seen what Silver Titties can do yet.
No, we haven't. No.
So we're gonna go with the Silver Surfer from the old Fantastic Four.
So you go with Norn
sequel movie.
You're going with Norn Red. Norn Red versus Deadpool. For one, Deadpool, of course, with his ultimate healing factor, but Silver Surfer is pretty much
he's really a one.
He's a created entity.
Yeah.
If he utilizes the power cosmic, he can literally turn your molecular structure into like pudding.
Yeah. For me, this is simple. It's a bad matchup for Deadpool.
Yeah.
It is.
Deadpool's not beating that black man.
And that's what happens when you get a 2 versus 7 sometimes. Like it is what it is. Right.
So you can honestly knock that up the list. Look, Deadpool, like I said, Deadpool ain't beating that black man.
No, not at all. Not at all. So we're gonna Silver Surfer. He moves on. He's in the next round. So what you got next?
Look, the day Show Enough said Lawrence Fishburne. That's right. Lawrence Fishburne is not getting beat by Deadpool. Thank you. All right, next one is Captain Marvel versus Juggernaut.
Whew.
But look, for one, he said, I'm still going to take Iron Man overall because Ant-Man's powers are limited. Overall? Shit.
Well, it's too late now.
Yeah, thank you. But all right, so Captain Marvel, that we knew, who made the lasting entrance on an Endgame, tearing through Thanos' ship, who basically took blows from Thanos and necessarily, he said Juggernaut. That's how much I don't like MCU Captain Marvel. Damn, she's powerful as fuck.
Oh my god, man.
But this is the thing.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I can't really like give him the derivative of the comics because I know for the most part that Juggernaut's built off of momentum.
Yes.
The more he charges, the more he starts to destroy shit. The big up on momentum that he gets, he can't be stopped.
Yeah, you don't want to get him going.
You don't want to get him going. You have to slow him down immediately. And the thing is, if he's going to run into a freight train and like Captain Marvel, he's going down.
Going down.
Like easy.
We going down. We seen what Gladiator did to him.
Exactly.
We seen what
Gladiator's almost at the same strength level.
Yeah.
As a Captain Marvel.
Yeah. So
and he got tossed, and that's from the X-Men animated series.
Yeah, which somehow is still in play in this moment
because of X-Men
#7. So it is in play. So we're using that.
Right. All right.
Captain Marvel wins this turn.
Captain Marvel wins this.
He wins, but it is an intriguing matchup just right off the bat because, like you said, if Juggernaut's on the move, it might be a stalemate at first, But Captain Marvel has so many other power, like so much more to her power set that eventually she's gonna find a way to.
Yeah. Mark's right. She ate 2 punches from Thanos. So what makes you think that even Juggernaut running full speed at her is going to literally like punch through her? The Biggs was like, "Do you know I am? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch."
Yeah. So Captain Marvel is going to move on in the South bracket. What we got next?
Well, okay, we got Iceman, Omega level Iceman.
Yes.
Versus Proton, who if you don't know, that's Monica Rambeau.
Yeah.
So you got Monica Rambeau and all her power sets versus Bobby Drake. So this is a difficult one because first off, I know who Iceman is.
And I know who Iceman is.
You know what I'm saying? So I know that Iceman don't play that shit.
And he's in real life. and I'm talking about the comics.
In the comics, this
He's also a 1 seed.
He's an indestructible motherfucker, man.
He's a 1 seed. Days of Future Past, in both versions of Days of Future Past,
handling cats.
They did him dirty.
Dirty as hell.
No way.
No way those signals would have been getting through to him like that.
He should have never died. In either version. In the Rogue version or in the or in the theatrical version. Didn't matter.
And I love Monica Rambeau's character. I love Proton and basically what she can do as far as manipulating light and everything like that. But the thing is, if they're going to go power for power, Bobby is an animal.
Iceman can end this whole shit if he wants to.
Bro, he can steal the air from the room.
That's what I'm saying. He can end this shit. We're moving Bobby Drake, man.
Man, we're moving Bobby. You gotta move Bobby.
We're moving Bobby Drake.
All right, look, I don't even want to do this to him, but Scarlet Witch versus Ant-Man.
Yeah, we're just gonna move on.
Yeah,
we don't have to talk about it. He did beat Iron Man though. So look, he got the upset over Iron Man.
He got the upset over Iron Man, but the second is I don't care what's in literally. All right, so if we're talking about Scarlet Witch and what she did to Westview or whatever that town was, everything within that calculated bubble was under her control. So it could have been a blade of grass. Scarlet Witch had control over it. So imagine somebody like Scott Lang showing up, even small. She's going to find him immediately. There's no hiding. He can get as small as possible. He can jump into another fucking realm like he usually does.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Scarlet. She can find you. She can hear you. She'll figure out you through a wall and you finished.
Yeah, we're not playing no games here, man. No. Like, he has zero shot.
No.
Zero shot. But he did get the upset, so we give him that.
He did get the upset. He got the upset over Iron Man, but he ain't touching Scarlet Witch.
We give him the upset. All right, Jorge, let's look.
Next,
you get
next
into
bracket,
the next
Jorge.
bracket. That was the South bracket. So now we're moving on.
Ooh, we got some good ones here. We got some good ones here. All right, so we're going to a round 1, 8-9 bracket with Venom and Beast.
This is a really good matchup.
This is challenging.
This is a really good matchup. This is our West bracket. If everybody's keeping score at home, this is right. Our West bracket.
They're playing their games in Gonzaga University in the upper Northwest. That's right.
Yo, so right off the back, you got a couple characters that are very strong,
very
agile.
Yes, but am I looking at this in hand-to-hand combat? Like if I was thinking to myself, if Beast had prep time, he would outsmart Venom.
He'll be prepared.
He would absolutely be prepared.
He'll definitely be prepared.
He would figure out some type of like sonic fucking tool or something like that in order to figure him out. But if we're talking about like them just like meeting for the first time, and then it's just Venom against Beast, I would be like Venom all day.
Yeah.
But it like, how are we like kind of like grading this here? What is the scenario?
So if we're on Battle World in the Void, right?
They're meeting for the first time, and
they're fighting for everybody's fighting for their respective world, right?
Yeah.
So obviously this is one of the Fox X-Men Beasts because that's all we know.
Yep.
So it could be for any version. So I would say when it comes down to it, after Beast and his other movies that we've seen him in.
Yeah.
And then watching Venom and his
every time
trilogy.
Venom fights, it's fucking just he's going crazy.
Yeah. I want to say because we saw Venom have trouble with other individuals in his movies.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say I'm gonna move Beast along because Beast might understand. He might already. We have no idea if he already knows about the symbiote. The symbiotes, right? So he might be aware. He might be aware because if you remember the post-credit scene in the Marvels, and he was already like they were. What was he asking Professor X? He was asking. He wanted to tell Professor X something. but it also seemed like he was already aware of the multiverse, right?
Right. There's certain things that Beast has already figured.
He already knows, so he might already know about the symbiote. So I'm gonna go with that and say he's gonna find a way to probably use frequencies and to eliminate Venom.
Mark is saying he said the Venom symbiote could take over Beast.
That is true. I'm gonna go with Beast though.
Mm.
I'm gonna go with Beast. I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna give Beast the benefit of the doubt that he's aware
because
of what
he's
the
a
symbiotes
smarter
are.
guy.
Yep, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, and he's gonna use frequencies to eliminate Venom. That's my take on it. What you got?
Oh man, see, like with this one, look. Mark said it. He was like, is there prep time or no prep time? And the thing is, on Battle World, it's kind of like these. If it's Battle World in Secret Wars, there's almost like whoever these two foes are meeting at the same time. Like this, but the thing is, Beast is always calculated, always
that's
prepared,
what I'm saying,
and he knows about things before.
Let me give you a quick scenario.
Essentially happen.
Let me give you a quick scenario, and then you can keep going. Right?
Yeah.
Say they're out in the void, Battle World, and Beast finds 2 metal pipes.
Oh, he's going to figure out the Sonic shit.
That's what I'm saying. So even without having devices at his arsenal at the time, if he finds something in the environment that's going to start,
he might be getting his ass whooped, and then he figures out that's what I'm saying.
Sonic. So that's all I want to put out there. I'm not trying to change whatever answer you want to go. I just want to put that out there because he can just find 2.
Yeah. So literally, like in the middle of a battle, he'll figure shit out.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Then in that case, I would advance Beast.
All right, we'll do that then.
All right.
So we got the playing game. Beast wins the playing game.
Okay. So I'm actually going to jump down here to the 4 and the 5 division. So
okay, sounds good.
So that is number 4, it's Storm.
Whew.
Against
we got some really good matchups here.
Against Vision.
Before we even get there, I did not even realize we have Wolverine versus the Hulk.
Yeah, you ain't realize
that was just by that's the universe.
That's why I'm doing that last.
That's the universe helping us out. But go ahead, do your thing. Your thing.
So first and foremost, I will always be a proponent for saying that the X-Men wipe out the Avengers any day of the week and twice on Sunday. I don't care what type of artificial intelligence are inside of Vision whatsoever. I don't care if it's white Vision or regular Vision. Emphasis on the H.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Aurora Monroe.
Yeah, forget about it.
If she get the handling shit, for one, I'm not sure of his phasing and his molecular structure and everything like that, but I feel as though somehow, some way, because Storm is an OP character,
yes,
will figure out
truly a one, truly
like
a one.
truly a one. In this Storm will fucking like stir up some fucking icicles that will enter this man's body, formulate some type of way to freeze his ass from the inside out. And then that'll be the end of the Vision will be out of the picture in like 5 minutes.
You know what's crazy? And it's crazy how it definitely depends on circling back to the comics for a second, but it definitely depends on like the writer on how they want to use a particular character's power set. But to see that Storm and Iceman and Jean Grey have all been on the same roster.
I don't know how any
with
team
a Professor X.
I don't know how any team has ever beaten them.
It's crazy how they lose so often in the
comics.
They
lose because their emotions are involved.
That is so crazy because these characters. All right, that's all. That's all I want to say. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah,
like it's crazy. They're
all day.
They're all ones. They're all Omega.
All these X-Men are ones.
They're on the same roster.
Craziness.
Crazy. Go ahead.
Let's see. All right. So he said even without the comics, she still owns Vision. Look, I like I said, X-Men own the Avengers. Every day.
Yeah.
All right. Difficult one because we haven't seen old boy in a while, but Ghost Rider at the 6th seed versus Adam Warlock.
Before we say anything, I was going to give you a choice.
Okay.
Do we want to use Nicolas Cage or we want to use Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Reyes?
They're both fucking badass.
I know which one we using.
We could use Nick. Nick was crazy.
Nicolas Cage, go ahead.
Yeah, like for one, the penance stare, which is an act of
Yeah.
supernatural ability. But the thing is, would it even work against somebody like Adam Warlock, who is literally I guess, a construct of the Soul Stone in the comics?
Right.
Not necessarily that way in the movies. But the thing is, they made him like this. He was born yesterday type of character. Literally,
Yeah.
they didn't use the Adam Warlock I know from the comics is one of the most powerful motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life.
I feel like he wins this if it was the comics.
Yeah, if it's the comics, he will
feel
win
like-
it super easy.
Yeah,
But
I
the
feel like
thing
he
is,
wins this.
from
Yeah.
what I know of well, I'm not going to say the second Ghost Rider movie, but the first Ghost Rider movie, that shit puts kind of Johnny Blaze right there up top.
Yeah.
And to be honest, if I want to put, Robert Reyes up there from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he would almost be in the same boat.
Yeah. There, when we do these seeds, it's hard because we could only have 4 1s and 4 2s and 4 3s and 4 4s, and you're getting there's so many dope ass characters with crazy power sets. Like it's kind of hard to knock them down, and you get matchups like this where it's like, damn, like these are 2 1s going at it in the second round.
For the most part, like regardless of how you basically put them together, because if we were talking like the comics, Cosmic Ghost Rider or regular Ghost Rider, however you want to construct it, as a supernatural being that got his powers from the devil.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like movies only. Mark, you agree? Movies only, Ghost Rider.
Yeah, and I think we're just gonna go.
We're just going to lay it like that. If we're talking about the movies with Adam Warlock, the way that we saw him in that movie, how they kind of like nerfed his character.
Yeah, and he's too much of he doesn't have enough experience, man. Not enough. He's not angry enough. He doesn't even know like
none of it.
Potentially though, he's potentially there.
Oh, absolutely. But
potential's not going to win this tournament.
Yeah, if they work on him, possibly in the future, he end up being better. All right. So this is a difficult one because this 2 and 7 seed of the Hulk and Wolverine. Now, he said, I hated how bad they did Warlock. So did I.
Yeah, we all did. We all did.
Yep. So he said the movie had him like the greatest American hero. Oh my God, William Catt. Oh my God.
No, they really did though. They really did.
He couldn't fly.
They really did, bro. Oh my God.
Oh man. So when we're talking about the Hulk, are we talking about Edward Norton? Are we talking about Eric Bana?
Ooh.
Or are we talking about Mark Ruffalo?
I'm glad you even said that. So me personally,
I mean, you could put
maybe. So hold up. If you want to talk about straight savagery, then we might have to go with Ed Norton's Hulk. Because I feel
versus
like
Hugh Jackman. Yes.
I feel like, and I say that because I feel like Mark Ruffalo's, even though we have seen him turn it up, he's been neutralized for a long time now.
The first Avengers movie, that Mark Ruffalo Hulk is crazy as shit.
Yeah, but once we got to the sequel, they started rockabye, baby. Like the sun's getting real low.
Mark said between these two, he said, "I'm going to take a shot," because you know how
it is.
It's kind of like the Hulk or Wolverine. I'm gonna take a shot.
So I want to go with Ed Norton. Are you okay with the Ed Norton?
I'm okay with Ed Norton because literally you could put that. I think that might be the best option to put up against Hugh Jackman.
So which Wolverine are we taking? Are we taking
Deadpool Wolverine? Which one do you want? You could do the Wolverine. You could do, which basically survived an atomic blast.
You know what? Say less.
You know what I'm saying?
Say less. Because you know what? I think the best version of Wolverine,
as far as like a feral sense, is Deadpool Wolverine. The car scene.
Yeah, we may have to take that.
Like
we may have to take him. We're gonna take him. we're
The
gonna
fact
take
that that movie was rated R, it meant for a reason.
yeah,
That's
we're
what
gonna
you
take
want.
him.
Like,
It was either him, Old Man Logan could have got some love too because he
it
was
could have
savage.
been.
And
But the thing is, he was in Logan. He was what? He couldn't get his strength up half the time,
yeah,
so he
so
couldn't be that person all the time.
so we'll go with the latest version.
Yeah, the latest version is kind of like Sanju. What's going on, man? So like the biggest thing is like, okay, if we're utilizing Deadpool and Wolverine, Hugh Jackman,
Yeah,
and we utilize Ed Norton's Hulk, which is probably the Weapon X version, yes, X-23 Laura Kinney was probably the crazy, and you could have used that Wolverine too,
yeah, we could,
but she was a
literally,
child.
literally, we could. We just haven't. We didn't see enough of it
Right.
to warrant. Hey, we're gonna put this tournament together. We
Yep.
want to. We kind of want to use one that we already seen, and I think the main Wolverine from that movie. I mean, the way he went after Deadpool and
Oh
he was trying his best to
two
kill him.
times.
Yeah, man, and he really does not care. Like he doesn't care to die and shit like that. Like he's a drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going with him.
So this of course is going to bring up the fact that can adamantium punch through Hulk's skin? And better yet, we've seen Hulk get attacked on many occasions, and yet in every single movie that Hulk has been in, he has not bled once. He's been charred, but he's not bled at all.
Sure, he hasn't bled. He did bleed. He did bleed.
Where?
That damn big ass wolf.
In the Eric Bana movie?
No.
Oh, Ragnarok. Was he bleeding?
The big ass wolf.
Was he bleeding? He just bit him on the shoulder.
Yeah.
That monster, you know.
He bit him and the green blood came out. He was like, Argh. That's what the Hulk did. He was like, Argh.
So it took for a fucking damn near god-tiered wolf to puncture this man's skin.
Yes.
And we're gonna have in the MCU, it's a 6-foot man, Australian man, fighting Edward Norton's Hulk. So Eddie, and he did spit out a tooth. I'll give him that. Yes, that happened too.
It did.
So according to so Hulk beat Thor in that gladiator pit.
Well,
until he charged up and basically he's like, I won very easily and everything like that.
Yeah, Thor actually won that.
Thor won at the end when his power set finally built up, but he was getting mollywopped.
Yeah, Thor ended up winning that, and whatchamacallit, the what's his name? What is his name? Why am I drawing a blank? Whatchamacallit? The Collector's brother.
Oh, Grandmaster?
Yeah, the Grandmaster, man. This motherfucker saw that Thor was about to win and shut him down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Thor almost won that shit.
So he said, so Everett said, look, if Thanos can hit him with a 5-piece with fries and a Coke, then Wolverine can get to him.
And listen.
But we're talking about Edward Norton's Hulk, who did not bleed in that movie.
Yo, you know what? I think he bled in that movie too.
I don't know, man.
I think he got a scratch from Abomination on his face.
It might have been a scratch.
A scratch. This is tough, man. This is tough.
I don't have Wolverine winning this. I don't.
And I think that's the holdup. I'm like trying to.
The holdup is like, okay, if I'm talking about the Incredible Hulk, Edward Norton's Incredible Hulk, which was kind of unstoppable. As a matter of fact, he was unstoppable throughout the entire movie.
And we've seen Wolverine get his ass whooped too many times. He's gonna get his ass whooped again.
And that's the thing. Like, he's got to get beat down, get healed, come back even stronger. Hulk is just going to continue. Look, I mean, if we're going to go the old school ones, you got Ruffalo going up against Iron Man. Oh, he did drive a bone through his fucking chest.
I told you he bled.
But then he choked his ass out with that big ass chain.
Wolverine might be able to gash him a little bit. If he might be able to. Depends how much range he got.
It's not the cartoons where he fucking put the spikes through the top of his head and shit. And even Hulk still lived through that.
Yeah, I don't think Wolverine's not going to win this, man.
No.
Wolverine's not.
Oh,
We're trying to find ways that
yeah,
he can have a
trying to
chance,
find
and
ways
it's
for
not
Wolverine to actually like get this, and we're not getting anywhere. So Hulk
Yeah,
gets boosted up. And to be honest, if with the top tier, Jean Grey fighting Beast,
it's going to be emotional for Beast.
It's going to be very emotional for Beast. For one, she's going to tell. For one, Beast doesn't even like to be a mutant. He doesn't like to even be this blue furry thing. So if Jean gets it in his head, she's just going to bully him the entire time. He's going to cry in the corner, and then that's going to be the end of the damn shit.
Yeah, Phoenix wins. This is just no contest.
Just going to be whispering in his ear, "You little blue bitch,
no contest.
Little blue hairy bitch, can't wear no shoes, having ass bitch." Like
Phoenix is also Ralphie's pick to win this whole thing, so we're going to keep looking at her.
Jean is Ralphie's pick to win this entire thing.
Which
and Sandy,
not a bad
we will get there, possibly with these ones to see if Phoenix and Scarlet Witch, get to be like that final tier. Next bracket, Jorge. Got that next bracket on deck. See if he's over here. He's in the void somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. Round 1, 8 and 9 seed, Luke Cage versus Star-Lord.
It's a good matchup. It's a good matchup.
But Star-Lord is half celestial.
Is he half celestial right now?
He grabbed the Power Stone, man.
Yeah, but after he got rid of his pops, he lost his powers.
Oh, man.
He's relegated to them 2 fucking guns that he rocks with. And
man.
Other gadgets.
Well, if he's just relegated to them guns, Luke just gonna fucking like just
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Unless we didn't see enough multiverse versions of him still having that god tier power set.
Yeah, because I figured
celestial energy that is about. So we haven't seen it.
You did see a little bit of that in Guardians 2, but I guess
he already beat Ego. Unless we can pull one, and we haven't seen it. So if we can't see it, I can't tell you. Right. I got to go with the Star-Lord that we already have that's hanging out with his grandfather right now.
Luke might trash that guy.
Yeah, so we're gonna move.
Just arrived in Missouri.
Yeah, we're moving Luke Cage around.
Ooh,
we're moving Luke.
Okay, and this I feel so bad for him. This 2 and 7 seed, Professor X versus Groot. Wait. Everett said Luke Cage. He said, when did Star-Lord use his powers? The only time you saw his powers react is when he was actually challenged with something. So when he grabbed the Power Stone. Yeah. And the second that he saw Infinity with Ego was the other version of it, but he never used them against another person.
Yeah. And I still need to know that. I need an explanation of why, since he took out his dad, he still doesn't have that energy anymore. Like,
it's weird.
I don't like it. I don't want to hear that his dad died, so now the ego's gone, so now he can't have access to the celestial powers. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
That's like saying a biracial kid loses their black dad and ain't black no more.
Yeah, that doesn't make just doesn't make sense to me, bro. Just say you want to depower him. Like, don't give me this shit. Yeah, now it's going like what?
Yeah.
And it's a shame because that's why he lost this damn matchup.
Luke is up. All right, so Professor X versus Groot. I don't even want to mess with this too much because as much as he said that depends on what neighborhood he moved to. He moved to Missouri.
Oh my god.
Professor X versus Groot shouldn't be something that we should talk about in detail because I'm not sure of Groot's roots, no pun intended. But if Xavier gets inside of his head, he's probably going to tell him about all the seedlings that used to be. He's literally just going to obliterate his mind.
Yeah, I'm moving Professor X.
Difficult one here, but probably very easy to score is the Sentry versus Captain America. Steve Rogers, not Sam Wilson.
Yep.
Even with the super soldier serum, you saw what he did to Bucky.
Yeah. So we're gonna continue. So
literally, if Sentry would, it would be an annihilation.
Yeah.
Sentry would win that easily.
Yeah. We just moved. Yeah, we just moved the Sentry on.
And there's 4 and 5 seed. Thor versus the Black Panther. Now We got a god
god
versus a king.
Who had Thanos dead to rights.
Pretty much.
Easily.
So
took out basically took out Thanos' army.
Oh,
once he
absolutely.
got to Wakanda.
Himself. Did it himself. I mean, I know T'Challa was in there doing a little bit of work, and Cap was doing a little bit of work.
But that
Thor came in there and it was like, all right, let me just handle this shit for y'all so y'all can clear some room.
Yeah. So we're going
Thor by himself, lightning powers included, Thor with Mjolnir. Mark said Cap will give Sentry a hug and beat him. No, stop. He said he gonna give him a hug because of the fucking Thunderbolt shit. He gonna give him a hug because of his mental health.
Listen, man. You know I brought that up earlier. I said he couldn't, like, Sentry couldn't be a 1 for me because they just gave him hugs. God. He couldn't be a 1 for me. So
his mental health is bad.
I'm taking Thor, man. I'm taking Thor. I love Black Panther.
I would take Thor too, man.
And any version of Black Panther, it doesn't matter.
I know that T'Challa is all right. So T'Challa in some versions of the comics is the god of death because he formulated a relationship with Bast, and Bast showed him a means of basically necromancy and how he became a god in that type of detail. But that wasn't shown in the movies.
Yeah.
So when I'm thinking about, Cap versus Sentry, yeah, if Cap gave him a hug and everything like that. But the thing is, I'm talking about just like a one-on-one fight. And the thing is, if Sentry clicks and turns into Void, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want to see Cap in that fight. That would be horrible.
Yeah.
Thor against Black Panther, the richest person in comics.
In comics, period.
Even more than Bruce Wayne. But I'm talking about somebody like we talked about Thor defeating Hulk after that gladiator arena. We talked about Thor fighting, I don't know how many fucking characters, even if we're talking about just Thanos on that type of tier.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I feel as though this 1 in 8 bracket,
Magneto.
I want to say Magneto, but Magneto needs something at his disposal in order to take Thor out. So
we already moved on to the next to the semifinals.
You already moved Magneto to the semifinals.
We already did. Because we can literally stay here with it. We got through the whole first round.
I can tell you how Magneto won this battle. He pulled out all the iron out of his blood, and then Luke just suffocated to death. That's it.
Yeah, we already know. Yeah, whatever it is, Luke's not making that. No. He's not making that.
No,
there's no way he could beat Magneto.
Do we have one more bracket, or did we go through all 4?
No, we went through. This is we can stay right here and go to the semifinals.
Okay, we'll get all right. So
we're in the Sweet 16.
We're going into the Sweet 16. Okay, so damn, we got to go Professor X versus Sentry. All right, now that we've seen what happens to Sentry when you enter his mind,
Professor X wins.
Professor X will win this easily.
Yeah, Professor X wins, man.
You're like, little bitch boy.
We don't even have to give much commentary. If you watch the Thunderbolts, and we know we have Professor X at our disposal.
Oh my
God,
know
what's happening.
If Professor X was in the Thunderbolts, Sentry would have been pretty much knocked down in like 2 seconds.
So, by the way, is this Fassbender's Magneto or Sir Ian McKellen's Magneto?
Either one is fucking.
Because I want to take Fassbender because he was more ruthless, especially if you remember in Days of Future Past when he was supposed to stick to the script, and that motherfucker came up with his own agenda.
Very true.
And went totally off script.
So so we already got Professor X going through. Now we're talking about in either form or fashion. Magneto against Thor is probably one of the most dynamic fights that we have here. One, because of a piece of godly artifact, which is Mjolnir.
That Magneto can manipulate.
Yep.
He can manipulate. Not exactly grab it per se, but much like how he could touch Rogue, he can manipulate touching on you. Go ahead.
bro. Look, listen. There is. I know there's one particular comic out there, and he lifted it without being worthy.
Yep.
So
Yep.
he literally took. So all right. So I gotta find it. I gotta find it. It's here. He's like, why did it even happen? But there was a Jack Kirby comic book where he just literally just grabbed it.
Yeah.
Just picked it up from him. He wasn't worthy. That worthiness went out the fucking window.
He can just, with his power set, he can manipulate it, man.
And the thing is, whoever claims Mjolnir becomes Thor. So the thing is, Magneto turned into an ultimate version of himself by grabbing Mjolnir. Because of the inscription that was on the side of the hammer, whoever grabs the hammer becomes Thor.
Yeah.
And Magneto just became fucking
a god tier Magneto.
Magneto Odinson.
Yeah.
Which was even more crazy. So I'm looking at like this particular detail. We always talk about the X-Men being like these tremendously OP born fucking creatures.
Mm-hmm.
And the things that they can do, our X-Men over the Avengers every day of the week, twice on Sunday. Again, I take Magneto.
All right. And I'm not going to disagree there. Unfortunately, Thor gets the short end of the stick, man. And his power set is crazy. And we've seen in Infinity War gave us our best version of Thor. And Thor Ragnarok and Infinity War gave us our best version of Thor.
The magnesium
Magneto can up the ante.
Oh yeah,
he can up the ante, which gives us the final matchup of
the final matchup is literally the most queer relationship in comics. Professor X against his scorned lover, Magneto.
Listen, man, they're fighting. They might be fighting for the same, depending on which Professor X. I'm going with Fassbender.
If it's Fassbender, then you got to go with what's his face that played X in all the later movies.
Oh, McAvoy.
Yeah, James McAvoy.
So we can go with both of them. So I don't know, man. I don't think McAvoy can get to that level that I'm taking the world depends on it.
Get out my head,
life
Charles.
Depends on it. I'm taking Magneto because he's more willing to kill Charles than Charles is ever willing to kill Magneto.
Absolutely.
He will kill Charles, feel bad about it, and in 2 minutes get over it and stick to the mission. I'm taking Magneto.
I'm not taking any lip from you, Charles. You can't even move your legs. Get away from me, Charles. Go back into the stars with your bird, bitch, Charles.
Oh my goodness!
I got Magneto all day. If that helmet doesn't come off, Charles ain't getting in there.
All right, man. So we got our first champion of a bracket.
That's
Magneto comes out of the East bracket with the victory.
That's right. All games were played Madison Square Garden, baby.
So Magneto wins the East bracket, man.
Yep.
He was and he's a number one. He ended up.
He's a number one. He's a number one.
Number one reason. Actually won their bracket.
Yep.
So, all right, Jorge.
Jorge, go back to one of the older brackets.
Yeah.
He's still around here. Where's he at? There you go. Okay. Woo. All right. So we took Doctor Strange against Spider-Man. Now this is something that we've seen.
Oh, the Reed Richards bracket. All right, hold on.
Yeah, so we got Doctor Strange versus Spider-Man, which is something
we already seen in the seen
this in
Multiverse
of Madness. Oh, damn, wait, no, we ain't seen it in Multiverse of Madness. We saw it in
Spider-Man No Way Home.
No Way Home.
No Way Home.
And lest we disagree, regardless of what Doctor Strange was trying to pull out of his tricks, Spider-Man was pulling the one up on old boy.
Yeah, we're in this one, in a weird way, we had to go with what we already seen. We've seen them go head to head. Spider-Man, who's super intelligent, that people keep forgetting how super intelligent he is.
That's what I'm saying. The dude is like a fucking math champion.
Yeah, like he's smarter than Doctor Strange.
He is smarter.
He's smarter than Doctor Strange.
I
Doctor
mean-
Strange is a doctor. He's a surgeon now.
That's right, with some broken ass hands.
But the world's worst hands. But Peter Parker's intelligent as fuck. One of the smartest people.
He said, come on now. Strange was holding back. Okay, because he didn't want to hurt the kid.
Okay. But
what was he trying to retrieve from him? I forgot.
What was it? He wanted the box, the box that had the what was in that box? No, man, it's been a while.
It was a box.
It was a box that had it was basically the fail safe to send all the
He said, what was he trying to retrieve?
It was
box.
to send all the villains back.
Right.
So
it wasn't that they were like fighting. They weren't really like fighting. It was like a chase sequence.
Yeah.
So if you figured if they were just the meat and Strange with his full arsenal for one,
and he did try to work spells on Spider-Man. Now he done put him in the mirror dimension and
right. He did try to do that.
He knocked his soul out of his body.
Also with the sling ring, he can literally cut limbs off of your body. He did that in Avengers Infinity War and everything like that. So he has that type of ability. When he fought Ebony Maw, the shit that Strange can do. He said he can see through time. He can plan for the fight. Yeah. What if he doesn't have the Eye of Agamotto on him?
And he doesn't, because we're going with the regular MCU version.
So, like in Battle World, does everybody get stripped of their like main entity? Does like Shang-Chi not have his 10 rings?
Nah, he has them. They have them. I mean, potentially Doctor Strange should win. It's just weird because we already seen Spider-Man beat him already.
Oh, look! He said Strange will send Spider-Man to Tibet or did him like he did Loki, just constantly falling. He was like, "I've been falling for 30 minutes."
God, I love that. It's hard to say, man. It's hard to see him. This is one of those instances when they went up against each other already, and that's the problem. It
wasn't really a fight though.
It wasn't really a fight.
It wasn't a fight.
So
I would say Strange.
We're gonna go with Doctor Strange realizing, all right, I'm gonna have to take it up a notch against Peter Parker because
I can't play with this boy.
Yeah, so we're gonna go with Doctor Strange in it might not even be a close one. He might just figure out a spell to be like, you know what, I'm not gonna allow this to happen again.
Right.
So Doctor Strange moves on to the final against
we have Reed against Loki.
A great matchup.
It is a great matchup. As strong as Loki is now Loki is now part of the World Tree. He is the god of stories. His power set is that he is the all-knowing thing that is connecting the multiverse now currently in the MCU. But the thing is, Reed is the smartest man in the multiverse. He, of course, has already traveled throughout the multiverse. Yeah. He knows about all the alternative realities. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is a man that literally can figure out things at the drop of a dime, regardless of you being the thing that harnesses it together.
And let's be real, man.
You're not touching Reed.
Loki has been defeated too many times.
Too many times. Matter of fact, he died. He said, "Movie Reed has better dance moves." This is true, and that is Ian Grufford.
Not them dance moves. Well, I'm gonna go with Mr. Fantastic on this one.
Oh, absolutely.
All right,
absolutely. So,
which starts the final.
The final between Reed Richards and Doctor Strange
in the North bracket.
You know what's funny about this? I don't even think I don't think that Strange would get a lot off on Reed. Like now we're talking about supernatural abilities against somebody who has an overwhelming sense of the universe.
Yep.
So it's like, I've seen it all.
This is tough, man. And I think we're going with the Reed Richards that we're going to get in Fantastic Four coming up, the movie, the one that travels from one place to another.
But it shouldn't be that difficult.
So, yeah, man. I mean, he still might have a spell to make it interesting, man. I'm gonna go with Strange
There's going to be there has to be something. That's
I'm gonna
probably something that's going to happen.
I'm gonna go with Strange. We're gonna need a tiebreaker on this.
Because if we remember correctly, remember the concept photos that came out that we talked about?
Yeah.
One of them had Doom, Victor Von Doom, who's the commissioner of all this. This is his world.
He's running this shit.
He's running this. He had Dr. Stephen Strange as his I guess advisor.
Yeah.
So if Victor Von Doom is doing that, Reed would literally turn this man upside down.
Yeah.
I in some form or fashion. I'm just not too sure exactly what it is, but I feel as though there would be a finishing blow that would be horrible for Strange.
I don't know, man. I think
Reed would probably meet or has met a Strange from another universe and has created a failsafe and be like, okay, if this dude actually ever got out of whack, how do I knock this down?
Yeah.
He said cosmic science versus sorcery. Damn, see?
I know it's confusing.
Yeah. But I'm sure that Reed has figured something like this out. There's nothing that Reed hasn't figured out.
Right.
He's figured out the symbiotes codex. He's figured out the Beyonders power set at the end of Secret Wars. He's figured a ton of shit out. He's made motherfuckers cry because he figured out how stupid he made Doom feel like shit because he was like, dude, you fucked all this shit up. You ain't fix your face. What's wrong? What's your problem?
You're not even using this shit. You know
what I'm saying?
Yeah. That man. I still want to go. I still want to go with Strange.
Okay. You still want to go with Strange? I'm gonna go with Reed. Tiebreaker goes to the comments.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I still want to go with him.
He said he can't figure out how to keep Namor away from his woman. That's fucked.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
That's fucked up. It said Richards only because he stays outsmarting Doom.
So how many? All right, from the comments, how many do we have for?
I don't know. There's I think Everett's leaning with Strange.
Okay.
I think Sandra was leading with Strange. I think Mark looks like he's going with Reed. What we got?
Yeah. He can figure out how to keep it. It's close. It's close. It's close. Where's Jorge, man? Jorge, are you alive? Are you available?
And Big says Strange too.
Ooh.
That's a lot for Strange. That's three out of one.
There's Jorge. Yo, we're gonna go with Strange, man. I think so. We have to. I think we have to.
Okay.
This got to break the time. This is why. This is a good matchup, though.
All right.
You got a number one versus a number two.
Bracket.
So, Strange wins the North.
That's right. All games in Minneapolis. Damn, look at that. How'd you do that?
Oh, yeah. I sent him the updates.
Got you.
I sent him the updates. So, yeah.
All right, we're going to the next bracket.
All right, give me another bracket, Jorge.
Okay. This is the one where we were saying, okay, so now we're in the semifinals. The semifinals is Silver Surfer, Norrin Radd against Captain Marvel.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up on my Zoom. All right, do that, and I think that is I want to say that's the South, right? Of the South. Oh, Scarlet Witch bracket. Yeah,
Scarlet Witch bracket. So we're taking the power cosmic that's given to the Silver Surfer by Galactus against the power of the cosmic cube that's given to Captain Marvel to give her power set.
Yeah.
Both are insanely powerful. Surfer literally has a whole nother power set that's tremendously OP.
Yes.
That, for one, it's okay, Captain Marvel has another singular power set that she can use that's outside of her regular just like 1-2 punches and everything like that. She has a better hand to hand than
Yeah.
possibly Norn does. But
Yes.
Norn is probably like better as far as like a cosmic power set.
I mean, if we remember the Silver Surfer from the sequel of the Fantastic Four movies, the Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Mhm.
You know, Emma was unbeatable. He was unbeatable.
True.
He was
And the thing
unbeatable.
is, Doom even tried to step to Silver Surfer and got mollywopped.
Yeah. So
He said Silver Surfer by a surfboard to the dome.
yo, and that might be how it ends. So I'm going with that. I'm going with that, man.
You going with Surfer?
I'm going with the Surfer.
Going with Norn.
All right. Moving on. So we got an intriguing matchup.
We got Iceman against Scarlet Witch. And
so listen. This is the same Scarlet Witch that had went to a whole nother universe and took out the Illuminati. And in many different ways.
That's the thing.
So,
she took on a Reed.
Yep.
She took on a Professor X. She took on a Cap. She took on a Captain Marvel.
Took on a Black Bolt and took his mouth away.
Yes. But she only took away. There was only one X-Men in that battle, and it was just Xavier. And Xavier entered her mind and was like, "I got to get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, and couldn't get out quick enough.
Couldn't get out quick enough. He got his neck snapped. So, what happens to Bobby Drake?
She might break him down on a molecular level.
Yeah, and that might be the way to do it, because
I'm being dead ass.
If what she did to Reed, and Reed as far as his power set,
yeah,
imagine what she would do to Bobby.
Yeah, I think any other matchup in here, he has a good chance of winning. Like decent shot.
Him against Captain Marvel, I would think Bobby would win that.
Yeah, he has a decent
him against Norman Rad might be difficult.
Very difficult, but not like this. I think because of her power set, though.
Yeah,
it's just because what she's capable of doing. I gotta move the Scarlet Witch over.
Gotta move. He said, and Everett said, but Bobby has control on a molecular level. He can literally break himself apart and formulate himself back together.
He does.
Mark says she will make iced tea out of that.
Yo, we seen at the height that what can do.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
we have yet to see.
Witch controls the entities of people.
Yeah, we have yet to see what Iceman
she's a nexus
really
being.
do.
Yeah, so I would say Scarlet Witch in this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which brings us to the final,
which will be Silver Surfer against Scarlet Witch. Now the thing is, because Scarlet Witch is a nexus being, could she necessarily get a hold of Norrin? Like say for instance, like the instance that happened in Multiverse of Madness, to where anybody that stared at her, she ultimately appeared behind, whispered some shit in their ear, them turn against each other. Yes. Could she do that to somebody like Norrin? Would he be easily manipulated? Not necessarily.
Not easily, but shit, man. What can't she do?
True.
What can't she do?
You know, we've never seen Scarlet Witch in space. You know, so it's like,
but they're not going to be in space.
No, it's not going to be in space. It's literally going to be in Battle World. So
until I think she has to face someone.
Mark said, "I'm going to take a shot."
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Until she faces someone that can match her power set, and I think there's a couple characters here, which Silver Surfer against almost anyone else would win.
Yeah,
I think the Scarlet Witch that we got in the movie so far, and in WandaVision, I think she wins this shit. From what we've seen, all I'm going off of is the Silver Surfer we got from that movie, The Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Bro, here's
even though he looks unbeatable, she's done more.
Here's the versus component of this. It says that in a fight between Scarlet Witch and the Silver Surfer, the outcome is uncertain and highly debated. Scarlet Witch, with her chaos magic, can warp reality and potentially manipulate the Silver Surfer's powers.
Mhm.
However, the Silver Surfer possesses immense cosmic power, including speed, strength, and the ability to manipulate cosmic energy,
Mhm.
making him a formidable opponent. The specific circumstances and power levels of each character at the time of the fight would heavily influence the result. So both of them on an OP level, providing context. So she could potentially negate, she might be able to alter Surfer's powers,
Yes.
such as his cosmic energy manipulation. She can
She
huh?
might be able to actually strip away the cosmic. She might be able
That's
to
what I'm saying. She
strip
might
it
be able
away.
to manipulate it because she can warp reality to her
Yeah.
will. She can create illusions. She can confuse the fuck out of shit. She can alter matter.
I'm
She
going
can.
with Scarlet Witch.
So that's what I'm saying. Like the factors influencing the fight. So it's like, okay, the environment is the only thing I could see favoring probably like Scarlet Witch too, because I feel as though if they took it to the sky, that might be a little bit different.
Yeah.
What is it? Scarlet Witch's power can fluctuate.
It does.
Where Silver Surface is usually like it's just real consistent.
Yeah.
So it has to be specific scenarios and influencing the power. So I'm literally gonna say Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, we're gonna move her.
The manipulation, the warping, the illusions, the confusion, and everything like that. That causes for, even though that cosmic energy shields him from harm, I feel as though she'll create madness.
Yeah, I agree.
And then take his ass out. So
yeah,
Scarlet Witch wins this bracket.
Yes, she does. So she wins the South.
That's right. All games in Tuscaloosa.
Yep, she wins the South. Let's see. Or I think that's the South. Yeah, I think she won the South. It looks like blah blah blah. I think we got one more bracket in the Sweet 16.
One more bracket in the Sweet 16. What we got, Jorge? What's the one bracket we ain't put back up? Oh, yes. Okay. One, Hulk versus Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah.
I think, why do I think we've seen this in comics before? This has happened before.
I mean, they also teamed up and was part of a Fantastic Four.
They were part of Fantastic Four.
Yeah, so they definitely teamed up with Wolverine and Spider-Man before. I mean, the Hulk is what it is. Like, if he's angry enough, he's going to be hard to stop.
So the pen and
this
stare,
this is Ed Norton's Hulk.
Yeah. So the pen and stare is, it inflicts pain based on a person's sins. Obviously, we know that Hulk has a lot of that.
Yeah.
Some sources suggest that he could potentially incapacitate the Hulk. However, the Hulk's immense strength and durability, combined with his rage, could also overwhelm Ghost Rider. So the pen and stare, of course, is one thing that's like that's Ghost Rider's signature move, but it's the only move he has.
So if look, if Ghost Rider can look into his eyes, into his soul, I think that's where the win is.
That's where but he has to like get the signature win. It's kind of like Jake the Snake, like going for like the fucking snake bag. That's the only move he got.
Yeah. Now, is he going to be able to do that against a raging Hulk to get him? He needs the Hulk's attention for about a second.
Yeah, because the angrier the Hulk gets, the stronger he gets,
and it's going to be tough.
And that's pretty much the end of Ghost Rider right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Hulk moves on.
I would say Hulk moves on as well.
All right, Hulk moves on.
He said the pain will make Hulk more angry and stronger. But exactly.
Now
the thing is, how long would the pen and stare actually take effect on Hulk?
Yeah, we're going with the Hulk.
It's just gonna piss him off.
Yeah, we're gonna go with Hulk.
Okay.
2
X-Men.
2 very OP Omega level X-Men.
Yes.
But
all right, so I will say
Omega
this
levels are equal.
I will say this because it's not Jean Grey versus the Storm. This is the Phoenix.
Yeah, which is
Jean Grey versus Storm.
Which is, there's not a lot of characters.
He said, "What if
And
Ghost Rider gets through Hulk and gets the banner?" Oh, then
that's what,
basically
and that's what,
that's what it boiled down to. That's the thing. It's that one signature move. What we talked about with Hulk and Ghost Rider. If it got down to it, could he get past that? Get the banner and basically just like that's the sin right there. You Banner is cursed, so
yeah.
it's like, could it essentially happen? I'd still go with Hulk, but it's like if
We're gonna
Ghost
go
Rider
with
pulled that off, that would have been the only
too
clincher.
many things got to go right for the Hulk to win that battle.
Yeah.
I mean for Ghost Rider to win that.
For Ghost Rider.
Yeah, too many things got to go right. The Phoenix and
The Phoenix
Storm.
Force and Storm.
Now,
now if it's just Jean Grey and Storm, Jean's high blood pressure ain't ready for Storm.
not ready for Storm.
She gonna black out.
But this is,
boom. Just all you're gonna see.
Scott.
Yep, you know Jean's pressure bad. Okay,
Yeah.
so we know that. But the thing is, the Phoenix Force, Jean Grey, totally different animal.
Yeah, and we already seen on
Exactly.
multiple movies.
No,
that,
that's what I'm saying. Like
we already seen on multiple movies.
To be honest, I'm tired of
and
seeing
the
it, but
TV
I
show.
know how fucking OP it is.
Yeah,
The X-Men are afraid of it.
yeah. And Storm can't go one-on-one. She can't even beat them with her teammates.
No,
So the Phoenix moves on.
exactly. Like, bro, like who was it? There was a point where in the X-Men comics, the Phoenix dived off in Avengers vs. X-Men against like it entered 5 X-Men, Cyclops included.
Yeah.
So Phoenix, Dark Phoenix takes out Storm. I would definitely say that.
So we got another 1-2 matchup.
So your 1-2 matchup is, he said, Storm will get emotional fighting Jean. This is true too.
Yo, 100%.
100%. She don't want to fight her sister.
Yeah, and she's gonna die.
You know, so now
Hulk,
you got Jean against the Hulk. So you got
now,
the Phoenix against the Hulk.
I will say this. The Hulk will be mad enough. He's gonna be bothered.
Oh yeah. He's gonna be
mad,
but
enough,
he's not gonna get a fucking scratch off.
But the Phoenix is one of the few characters that can actually kill the Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with Phoenix.
I'm gonna go with the Phoenix.
Yeah, she's gonna win this bracket. Which brings us to our final 4.
Phoenix.
We're in our final.
Oh man, 4. Who we got in the finals brackets?
All right, so here we go. I'm gonna let me break this down real quick. So it looks like we got
Telepathy will win.
Yeah, you know what? I will give me about a minute, 2 minutes, and we can set up the final 4 bracket.
Woo!
So everybody
who was our winners? Our winners were Strange,
Scarlet Witch, the Phoenix, and Magneto.
And Magneto. Oh, we still got we got 2 X-Men in this.
Well, technically 3.
Technically. Yeah, technically 3. If you want to count Scarlet.
No, I was counting. Oh wait, Magneto, which I'm called, but whatever. Yeah, 2. Not really, not so much Scarlet. Not so much Scarlet.
I mean, what is it? The mutants call Scarlet Witch the Great Pretender.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, you ain't one of us.
MC.
Just because he your daddy.
Battle Royale.
Just because he your daddy don't mean that you part of us.
Battle Royale.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, we're about the final 4. We're about to get the final matchups.
One day we'll see it. One day they'll do it. Magneto will not fight his daughter. This is true.
That might be the first round.
That might be the final, and that's gonna be messed up.
That might be the next matchup. I'm gonna tell y'all in a second.
Oh my god, man! Do the jumble. That's actually true. Magneto will not fight Scarlet.
Oh, well, he might have no choice.
Wanda.
He might have no choice. So here we go. We're gonna have Magneto.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have the Scarlet Witch.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have the Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna have Doctor Strange.
Strange. So if you put who you putting up against who? You putting Magneto against Doctor Strange?
Here you go. Here we go. Here we go. Jorge, I'm gonna send you the joint right now.
Right now.
right now. The final four. We're gonna give. Here we go. This is the final four, right here. I'm gonna send it to Jorge so we can put it up so everybody's in.
It said Phoenix win by playing on the emotions of Magneto and Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, this is going to be.
Mark said Phoenix is the champ.
And
who's this final four?
And I see the matchups, but I want Jorge's going to post it up.
Jorge's going to post the final four.
I just seen the matchup. All right, Jorge, I sent it to him. I sent it to you, and this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Okay. Which is going to make an intriguing final game. Okay. We'll just wait for Jorge to put it up.
I would like to see this. I would like to see this. Exactly what you have boiling in the concoction you have in your brain. I want to know.
Oh man.
Come on, Jorge.
He'll get it up. This yeah. I gotta say though, this is the matchups.
Mm-hmm.
The matchups were very cool to break down.
The
Wolverine Hulk matchup was challenging because I think we were trying to find a way. Oh,
Jesus Christ. That's crazy.
He was trying to find a way for Wolverine to win, and it just couldn't find any reason for him to.
All right, damn it! You know what? I knew that was going to be the fucking matchup. Let me see. I got a power generator. Let me look at this thing up.
Here we go.
All right, so, whoo, Scarlet Witch versus Doctor Strange. Let's do that first.
Okay.
All right. So he said, "I would love to see Black Bolt in the brackets." If he went up against Hulk, he would have got smashed.
Yeah, we only had we had 32 plus 4. We had 4 9Cs to add, so it's hard to get all those characters in there.
All right, so let's start with this. You said all right, so we got Scarlet Witch versus Doctor Strange. Yeah, Scarlet Witch is generally considered more powerful than Doctor Strange, both in the comics and in the MCU.
Yeah.
While Doctor Strange possesses magical abilities, spells, Scarlet Witch's powers stem from chaos magic.
Yep.
We talked about her warping reality, manipulating matter on a scale that often surpasses Strange's capabilities. As a matter of fact, in Multiverse of Madness, this man needed help. America Chavez had to fucking punch her into a whole nother dimension. So, let's say, was it? All right. So Wanda's power is portrayed as being at the level that can overwhelm even the most powerful sorcerers, even Doctor Strange.
Yep.
He is known for his strategic mind, the ability to use his magical knowledge. But he has powerful defensive spells and artifacts and all the other bullshit. He uses the Eye of Agamotto to reverse time, allowing it to shield himself from attacks and create barriers. The thing is, Wanda is all about offense. She is never about defense.
Right.
Strange has defensive artifacts and other shit, but I take Wanda all day.
We're taking Wanda, man. Yeah, I think you broke it down enough where I don't really have to add to it. And plus, we already seen that Doctor Strange said to himself, she's more powerful than he is.
Yeah, there's nothing he can do. I wasn't messing with her.
So Scarlet Witch had Doctor Strange with a group of people running from her.
Right.
That's all we need to know. It was a good run by Strange, though. A great run.
It was good.
Great run. Because he's the only non-1 seed that's in the Final Four.
He was the only Avenger left.
Yeah.
And as I've always said, these Avengers up out of here, man.
Right.
All these Avengers need to get the stepping.
Right.
It's the X-Men's time.
Which brings up,
which leads us to the 2 X-Men in this. Where we got the Phoenix, Jean Grey versus Magneto.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call this one an easy one as well. The Phoenix is generally considered a more powerful entity.
Yeah.
Magneto's powers are limited to manipulating magnetic fields. Jean, in her Phoenix form, possesses powers including telekinesis, telepathy, cosmic energy manipulation, something that she just did on the Silver Surfer,
Yes.
making her significantly stronger.
Yes.
So she has access to, let's see, for one, she's an Omega level mutant by herself. So then also on top of that, you're throwing an OP entity on top of an Omega level mutant, which should easily overpower Magneto.
Listen, I mean, just to piggyback on what you say, it just comes down to this: like, as powerful as Magneto is, and all the wonderful abilities he gets with his master of magnetism, he will be overwhelmed, and we've seen him overwhelmed in movies with the Phoenix. We've already seen it happen. We've seen it multiple times. It's just a bad matchup for him. He did win a bracket. He won his bracket.
Yeah.
He had a great run, but I mean, he needs help to take down the Phoenix, and it's happened multiple times, whether it's comics, cartoons, movies, whatever. We already saw how this goes. I don't see it changing. We are moving to probably the greatest
thing, man. Here's the thing. Big ups to the women in this, because literally the top 2 tiered OP fucking monsters of this. You got Jean Grey, you got Scarlet Witch, and the thing is, everybody knows this shit. Everybody knows.
This is now look. I didn't know that it would actually come down to this. I was hoping, because this is the matchup to see who is the most powerful being outside of. Now, there's other beings that are more powerful. You would like we're talking about celestial beings. I mean, give or take how someone's writing Apocalypse. But we're not using those characters. So, out of maybe quote unquote the normal, your normal characters in what we will call the MCU, these got to be the 2 that can almost go stalemate depending on how you going to script this battle up. So I'm going to give it to you first, to see how you analyze this matchup and who
I think I have it down. I think I have
go ahead. I need you to break it down.
All right. So Wanda, of course, we talked about, has the ability to rewrite reality and control minds with ease, even without the Darkhold. Okay. So the Phoenix Force, even though it's powerful, and we just talked about an Omega level mutant stacked on top of an OP entity, often is depicted as struggling with mental precision and control, which Wanda excels at. Also, due to the fact that Wanda's ability to demonstrate her control and precision in mental combat, something the Phoenix Force is less shown to possess. So her knowledge of the Darkhold is immense, because she starts to, as much as she just got a hold of this, it's almost to where, like, not to say that she's a novice at it now, but she will get better. The Phoenix Force has immense power, destructive potential. Wanda's chaos magic in the MCU, especially what she did in WandaVision, is argued to be more versatile. And it could give her the edge in this.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna give it. All right. So now I'll give you my breakdown.
Yep.
Everything that you said was a Scarlet Witch. I don't have to repeat that. But I will circle back at the end. As far as the Phoenix goes, the Phoenix, depending on the Phoenix's ambition, right? We might be talking about a dark Phoenix, right? That has no remorse, no care. Right now, this Phoenix being put in this battle world is in survival mode, right? Survival mode, intense, a true villain. I think what happens in a situation where they're going up head to head, I think the Scarlet Witch and her ability to warp reality, right? Warp reality, meaning the Phoenix might think she has the Scarlet Witch dead to rights. And what she thinks is the Scarlet Witch may not even be the Scarlet Witch.
Oh, because she can fight her. She can fight her as an avatar.
Which leaves the Scarlet Witch with the ability to, again, because we saw this in her power set in the MCU, break the Phoenix down internally and might come up with the win. So I'm gonna say with the
each of them have weak spots.
Yeah. With the
I'm looking at this. What Everett says, her Wanda's weak spot is her kids. Phoenix will use that. Mark is saying, but Phoenix got taken down by Wolverine.
This is true.
Also true. We've seen that. Yep.
I want to say Scarlet Witch's versatility. Her versatility. To, I mean, what she did to the Illuminati is crazy because they wasn't even a factor.
Right.
It wasn't even a factor.
And
you're
that's
talking about a Reed Richards.
5 of the most powerful beings in Marvel Comics.
You're talking about Reed Richards, Black Bolt, and Professor X all together with a version of Captain Marvel. Like all together and got mollywopped.
Yep.
With that, still and had Doctor Strange running from her.
Yep.
Now we saw what the Phoenix to do. The Phoenix can end the planet. But the Scarlet Witch can reshape the planet in any form she wants it to be.
Yep.
And if in Battle World, in the Void, I feel like the Scarlet Witch can change her environment to give her the advantage. I'm gonna give her with the ability to cause an illusion to narrowly beat the Phoenix. That's just where I'm going with it. Ralphie says the Phoenix would win, so I want to put that out there.
I have.
So we're going 1-1. So you would would be breaking this tie.
Sandra said, "Who has defeated the Phoenix in the movies? Wolverine did."
Which Wolverine was out. Wolverine did not survive his first matchup.
Word.
He didn't survive. He didn't survive that. Now the Phoenix, look, the Phoenix beat the Hulk, right? In our bracket, right?
Yeah.
Beat the Hulk. But the Hulk beat Wolverine. But Wolverine beat the Phoenix. Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch will win this shit.
All right. So I gotta hear from the crew.
She's the most dangerous. Now, the Phoenix that we would get would be one of the Fox Phoenixes, right?
Right.
So
you would get Famke Janssen.
Yeah. So what we know out of Wanda in the MCU is that she's the most dangerous being outside of a celestial being.
Oh, of course.
Period.
So, all right. So if we're looking at the crew, I think Sanju is definitely taking the Phoenix.
Okay.
Was it Everett what is it Everett taking? Oh, Everett's taking the Phoenix, and Mark. I think Mark's taking Scarlet Witch. He said, "Can we get X-Men 97 Phoenix?"
Listen. Yes, you can because apparently you can. Like, you definitely can.
Ooh,
it's tough, man.
This is difficult.
It's tough.
This is difficult.
But it's almost like, for me, it's almost like the Scarlet Witch would outsmart the Phoenix. The Phoenix is emotionally based on urges.
Now that we're talking about this like this has to happen.
I would love this. I would love
this to happen.
Imagine them going head to head, and one of them have to go up against God Emperor Doom. I'm just saying. Are
you listening, Marvel?
I'm just saying. We come up with great ideas on this show, bro. This should be the matchup to see who will face Doom.
This is what the MCU needs to do. Okay,
because this is box office.
This is box office.
This is box office. Like, and me saying the Scarlet Witch was win is not like I'm saying she's Molly. I'm saying she's manipulating the environment to cause a distraction.
Yeah,
that's how she beats the Phoenix. Where more so the Phoenix would just win off of just straight chaos, and ambition.
I think everybody here is taking the Phoenix.
Everybody is taking the Phoenix.
Everybody's taking the Phoenix. Nobody's taking Scarlet Witch.
I mean, listen, I'm not married. I'm not married.
I'm not mad at any answer, to be honest.
I'm not married to the outcome because we all know how
Biggs is like Scarlet Witch.
Hey, listen, man. Listen, just because I picked it doesn't mean she can move on.
And that's the thing, man. This battle needs to happen. Like Marvel needs to pay attention to this. Has to.
So we got Ralphie, and we got a bunch of listeners and watchers going for the Phoenix. Phoenix can manipulate the environment.
Like everybody's saying the Phoenix.
Hey, man.
And no, I've seen 3 iterations of the Phoenix, and the Phoenix was unstoppable. Even in the comics, the Phoenix was unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
But I know what I've seen from Wanda in a lot of these motherfucking movies.
Yeah.
And she's kind of unstoppable.
What she did to Thanos?
Stupid. Bro,
like,
he better kill this bitch.
Yeah. Rain fire. We fire our troops. Just do it.
It's like, sad, but our troops are on the ground. But Sire,
listen, man.
Sire, our troops are here.
Listen, she had Thanos shook. Not Captain Marvel didn't even have Thanos shook.
You took my children from me. Who's this bitch? Who is she? Y'all know who this is?
Bro, Thor had him dead to rights, and Thanos wasn't scared.
No, but Scarlet had him really scared.
Like, that's what I'm saying too. Like, she can break down. I'm going with it, but I'm gonna go with if we got to go to field and everybody else, I'm okay with it.
Everybody's going with the Phoenix.
I'm gonna go. So we got the viewers going for the Phoenix with Ralphie.
And we all been going for Scarlet.
Jorge, you're gonna have to make this decision, man. You only got one job now. One job. Give us a sign. Are we taking the Phoenix? Or
do we end this in a stalemate?
You know what? Wait. Let's do that. That's the question for next week.
Light skin music.
That's the question next week. We're gonna. This is gonna be to be continued. It's got to be to be continued.
Yep. Because
y'all got all week to decide.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this a lot more.
Yeah, because this matchup is too good.
We're gonna bring this up in the next week because next week, of course, Ironheart is going to debut. Ironheart is going to debut. We talked about this probably about for a month because they gave us no particular marketing that we're going to cover this show. But we will, before we talk about Ironheart, we're going to talk about this. We're going to bring up the Phoenix versus Scarlet Witch and basically try to we'll try to solve this a little bit better. We know exactly what the powerful points are for every single character. We just haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
All right. So, damn, Jorge, thank you for putting up these brackets. I know you're over there moving into your new crib and setting everything off.
Yeah, you did great, man. We're gonna continue this next week, though. We're gonna that's gonna be the question. That's gonna be the other question for the week. Outside of the review.
Jorge, I hope you're listening. That's the question for next week. Put it up there. Scarlet
Phoenix
Witch
versus the Scarlet Witch
versus the Phoenix. Who wins? I need to see. I need to see names.
Yeah. We're gonna need y'all to show up and show out for this one, because
for sure. Sanju, Mark, appreciate you guys. Biggs, Everett.
All you guys,
everybody that was here in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all, man. We was going through it. We went through the entire bracket. We did.
And this is the first time we did something like this, man. This was good.
Well, we gonna do more of this, because especially when X-Men starts to get back going again, we're gonna get this going.
Yeah. So
all right. So for everybody here at the Party Nerds Web Show, of course you can see us here every Monday, 9 p.m. Of course, everywhere that you're doing your streaming, whether it's IG, YouTube, so on and so forth. But next week we will put the question up for Scarlet Witch versus Jean Grey, and then also after that we will be talking about Ironheart, which is going to debut pretty soon. All right. So for myself, Haas, Jorge in the Void, everybody, Party Nerds go.
Party Nerds.